Good evening. I'm Master JMT. Today, I want to talk to you about several different things. One thing I want to talk to you about is the Cherokee era. Now, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I probably am, but there's another word for it that escapes me right now, but the word that pops in my mind right now is the Cherokee era. It was the so-called honor that you undertook if you were, I don't know, dishonored, the code death before dishonor. It was the code of the samurai and the shogun back in 17 something. It escapes me what year it was. The 1700s. The shogun had enforced the Cherokee era back in that situation with the 47 Roni. I believe it was 47 Roni. I better have that right. 47 Roni. But anyways, that was a samurai situation. But anyways, what they would do is they would take a Japanese sword like this. Now, this is the small Japanese sword. Now, they would use this, this sword right here when they lost their bigger sword in battle or got it knocked out of their hand or, out there, fighting and something happened to it. So if something happened to it, they've got this one to rely on. But when they committed the Cherokee era, they would take this knife right here, not knife, sword. It's a short sword, right? They would take this sword, and what they would do is they would stab themselves in the gut, and they would rip their insides out, and their insides would hang out, and another guy would stand over him, right? Another guy would stand over him and cut his head off from the back. That was called the Cherokee era. There's another name for it that escapes me right now. But now my question to you is, that was a death before dishonor. Now, my question to you is, where is, and it's fascinating because no one thinks this way, but where's God in all this? God, I'm not saying that where's God. God is apparently there. He's everywhere. He's bigger than the universe, bigger than heaven, deeper than hell. He's everywhere, But my question to you is, it's death before dishonor, but does God honor that? And where do you go behind that death? Because your whole thing was you're going to die, right? Now, technically, did you commit suicide because, you took this sword and you stuck it in your gut and ripped your insides and exposing your inside. You let your insides hang out and you're just standing there suffering and you're waiting for the guy behind you to finish it, to cut your head off. Now, your death came from when the guy cut your head off. So, what is it? Do you go to hell for that? Because you participated in your own suicide. I talked to a guy one time. He says that, I know how I can get into heaven. I'll take a bunch of pills, and then while I'm dying, I'll repent. And then I repent while I'm dying, and then when you die, you go to heaven. But see, here's the thing, man. Do you go to heaven? I don't know. I don't know. You see, I believe in everlasting life. Other people do not. They believe in other things, you know. The samurai, what is it that they believed about the afterlife, you know? Because if they had a strong belief in God, that wouldn't even be anything to think about. Death before dishonor. I would rather die a great death by seeing if there was somebody else that had the skill to kill me. If you didn't have the skill to kill me, well then I just kept on killing until someone had the skill to kill me. If none of the shogun sent samurais worthy of killing me, well then they just keep on getting killed until they send one down that had the skill to kill me. That to me, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, for my mood, for speaking so bluntly. But to me, that is a greater death than me just saying, oh, okay, well, I've committed a great dishonor. Let me just go ahead and stab myself and rip my guts out and have some other guy cut my head off after I do that. No. You see, the great honor would be who has the skill to defeat me? Who has the skill to take me out? That's what I'm talking about, my friends. That's what I'm talking about, my friends. The 47 Ronin should have never surrendered to the shogun. If they went through all that trouble of avenging their master, why commit the Karakiera after that? It makes no sense to me. Why not say, hey, you know what? Let the shogun, if the shogun wants some, let the shogun come and get some. That would be more of a great honor than just the Karakiera. It's very, very strange. It's very, very strange. It's just like, okay, I order you to commit the Karakiera because you have dishonored whatever, yourself, the shogun, whoever and whatever. We order you to commit the Karakiera, and then you believe so blindly in that you go ahead through with it when you can just take the sword and say, come get some. If you want me dead, then you do it. Because I don't think you have what it takes to kill me. Do you understand? That right there would be the great honor. You know, when I think about that, I just don't know where that or how that ever got developed. But it did. It was an actual event, you know. But here's the thing. You know, I'd rather carry one of these, you know, than to carry a gun. But they're carrying guns today. And it's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Like I said, I'd rather carry one of these, you know. But carrying one of these, you know, oh, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's okay. Screw it. I brought a knife to a gunfight. It's fine. It's okay. if I'm close enough to disarm you, that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, so um, it's very, very dangerous out there. The swords are no longer swords. They are guns that shoot metal through anything and through anything and anyone. Uh, so, but it's a crazy, crazy world we have out there. So, but that's just something to think about. I want to read you something from a book. This book is called Chinese Wisdom: Inspiring Quotes of Life, Love, and Family by James Trapp, whoever he is. It's a certain quote I want to read in here. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Cherokee Arab. It's just something I came across that I'd like to share with you. And it says this, it reads as such: life is like a journey, no matter which direction we drift. In the future, we will eventually return to the home that makes us feel warm. Home is a safe haven for us, and it is also a signal tower that leads us from darkness to light. That, my friends, is a mouthful. I find that, as I read it, to be something that is very, very, very true. You know, what is your home? Some people will have to find a place to call home more times than a little bit. We all do. Peace to Master Sheng Hung Yi. I cannot wait to get out to Germany. I hope that I am embraced by Master Sheng Hung Yi and the rest of those guys. Peace to the Milligan brothers. Like I said, I cannot wait to get out there to Germany. But I mean, whether I do or I don't, it's yet to be seen. So with that said, I'm going to go back over the exercises. The exercises of Master JMT. Now, this time I want to take on form. I want to use form, right? I want to show form, right? And what we're doing. All right. Here we go. All right. Once again, as usual. Now, the ball. All right? It's the ball once again. Now, this time, we want to move with form. I want to show you form. I want to show you how it's possible to be literally untouchable. I want to show you the form because I don't want you thinking that I'm just throwing things around. I want you to see what the ball really is. Okay? Now, we're showing form right here. This is an actual ball. And if you have to use a real ball in order to get it right, I encourage you to practice with a ball. A big ball, small ball, even a tennis ball, right? You can get it as small as a tennis ball, right? You can get it as small as a tennis ball if you'd like. But the ball, it is an actual ball, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to display the form because I don't want you to think that this is just nothing. This is something right here. You come in on this ball and you will get hurt. Well, how do you figure that, JMT? How do you figure that this ball is going to hurt you. Well, you come in and find out. Anybody comes in on this ball, just like that, you're already hit. You know, you throw anything, the defense is already there. Throw a left, the defense is already there. You know, you come in, the fist is already there. You know what I'm saying? The ball you're definitely going to get hurt. If you think this is a joke, you come on in. You come on in and attack, especially when we're moving at rapid speeds like this. You understand? You come in on this and you will get hurt. We can take it to our left. We can take it to our right. We take it to our midsection. We lean with it. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Expanding it. Now you would think, why would you expand it? Well, somebody might come over the top like this. So the expansion, there's room for the expansion. Like I said, if you think this is a joke, you come right on in and get messed up if you like to. You come in on the ball and you will get hurt. Back to the form. Ball. Let's show you the form. The form of the ball. It doesn't always have to be in rapid speed. It can be very, very slow. Now, the ball can move in and move out. It can run in and run out. The ball our hits. Let's do it lightly. Ball. Holding the ball up in our hands. Right? We pull back on the ball and punch. Hold the ball, pull back into a punch. Hold the ball, pull back into a punch. Hold the ball and pull back into a punch. Remember, whole body in one fist. Step into it, whole body in one fist. Pulling back on the ball. The ball in perfect form. Join me again for more of Master JMT.